Good morning, class 5. A very good afternoon and good evening to all those who are watching me. Now, children, yes, today we come to the end of our syllabus, and after that we are going to do plentiful of revisions. I have also shared with you the oral examination syllabus, what you have to prepare, right? And I'm sure you all have started studying. But before I begin with the class today, okay, I would like to extend my heartfelt thank you to each and every one of you and your parents, because you all are doing your work in the morning, but you won't believe, children, it's your parents who are actually mailing the teachers, in fact, all of us, your answers, your assignments, even in the wee hours of the night. That is very late. So they are staying awake and they are doing the needful only to see that you deliver a good report card, isn't it? That you earn yourself a very, very good progress report. So children, please do not let them down. Please do not let us down. Put in your best foot forward. Yes, there are the pattern, how the examination question paper and the way the examination will be held was already taken up. Yes, teachers are all explaining. In fact, yesterday I did explain to you too during your, just before your environmental studies class, right? So I think I will not repeat on the same. Now you have to just do your part, which is to study, to work hard, to mail your work on time, and as I said, that once the answer keys of the previous 2 chapters along with today's class are mailed, you need not mail me anything now. You are just going to download the same, check it with the answers written in your book, and start getting seriously into practice. Right? You know when your examination, because this is the syllabus, right? This is our syllabus, fine. And I suppose everybody has got it. Yes, spelling and dictation, we will do it during our doubt clearing classes, right? We will just have a little bit of dictation because I know you all are all writing your answers on your own. You all are all framing your think and answer on your own, completely on your own. Some of you have. And I am so happy to see that Sumit and Sushmita are also mailing their assignments regularly now. And I used to always say that, Rohit, I get to see only your craft, your drawing work being mailed, but you never send across your assignments, especially English. But I am so happy, children. Y'all are doing wonders. Y'all are all listening to instructions. Y'all are doing so many new things differently. So kudos to you, children. Y'all have learned to do things differently, isn't it? We have all learned to do things differently. We have taught you a lot during this one session. I suppose we have also learned from you a lot during this whole session. And looking forward to a very, very bright and a very, very effective session, which is going to be 2021 and 2022. Yes. So before that, what do we have to do? I suppose everybody would have spoken it out. Final term examinations. Yes, you will have to prove yourself in the final term assessment. You will have to show that the hard work you have put in the whole year is actually presented in your mark sheet or your report card or not, right? And as I would also like to take up your date sheet. So we have our English oral test on the 24th, right? On the 24th of February. Here it is, on the 24th of February. Fine. And we have our major written test, which is also going to be computer marked as well as on pen and paper in the same Zoom link. Nothing called offline. Please, again, I am reiterating on the same. Nothing called offline examination. Okay, that is all fake. Please clear your misconception and clear the misconceptions of the others as well. So your exam is on the 13th of March. Here it is, class 5, 13th of March. 13th of March, right? So please put in your best foot forward and give your best. Yes, I want to see that everybody gets a desired and impressive report card, and everybody does very well in English, right? So now we move on with our chapter, right? And today the date is, of course, if I'm not wrong, today we begin off with the last chapter, and today the date is, right, 10th of February, 10th of February, and which is a Wednesday, right? It's a Wednesday, and we are doing direct and indirect speech, which is chapter number 24, chapter number 24. And doesn't it feel good that we have completed so many things in this whole session? We have completed so many topics, we have learned so many new things related to English, right? So chapter 24, and it is direct and indirect speech. Now, what is direct and indirect speech? Let me come up one by one. What is a direct speech? This is from TIG. Sakshi, I think you will know what is TIG, and even Shiyojit was asking me, what is TIG? So then everybody made him aware that TIG is the short form of the book name, it's an acronym of the book, Tune into Grammar. So TIG, chapter number 24, right? Now, what is a direct speech? Direct speech is something like which is the spoken out instant, in the sense the exact words of the speaker is known as a direct speech, and the words which are reported by another person of the speaker is called a reported speech or an indirect speech. So let us take up one by one. Let us take up an example. Again, I come up with my yellow chalk once again. Let me take up an example. All right. The principal announced. We are doing identify the speakers in these sentences. Okay, so I'm taking that up and then I will explain to you. The principal announced. Please keep your book with you, children, so that you can connect with what is being taught in the AV, because in a live class we are actually interacting with each other, but in an audiovisual class it's just a one way, isn't it? I am just delivering, but I am not able to hear you. So announced, we will be electing the team captains. Page number, this is chapter number 24, page number 151. We will be electing the team captains today. Okay, we will be electing the team captains today. Now, can you see the principal announced? So who is the speaker? Okay, so you have to identify the speaker. Who is the speaker? Of course, the principal is the speaker, right? And what is he or she announcing? Announcing that we will be electing. That means electing means choosing, selecting the team captain. So these are exactly the words which are being spoken by the principal. Now this is called a direct speech. Why? Because a direct speech are the exact words which are being quoted here. And what do you use? Now there are different punctuations which you have to note for direct speech, children. You have to pay very attention. Supposing the principal announced, so there has to be a comma after the verb, okay? After the reported verb. We will be. So your single quotes begins from we, and the letter, the word, the first letter of the word spoken out has to be in capital. And then you will end it If it's a statement, that means if it is a declarative, we will end it with a full stop and close the quote there. If it is an interrogative question, you will end it with a question mark and you will close the quote there. If it's an exclamatory sentence, you're going to end it with an exclamation mark and end your quote there. So these are various rules you have to take care of when you are writing a direct speech. In direct speech, there are certain rules related to punctuation. A comma has to be there after the reported verb. What is the reported verb? Said, told, asked, announced. Okay? So these are called reported verb in the sense that it is telling us about what is the speaker saying. Right. And then the exact words of the speaker has to begin with quotes, end with quotes, and of course with the correct punctuation mark if it is a question, if it is a statement. Alright, a declarative statement or an exclamatory statement. So that is what a direct speech is. Now what is an indirect speech? Now I am going to change this. The principal announced that they would be selecting the team captains that day. So here is something you have to know. So when it is talking about the closest, the nearest day, it changes. It has to be reported with the distance. So today becomes that day. Yesterday becomes the day before. Tomorrow becomes the following day or the next day. Okay. Tonight becomes that night. So these are little things which you have to take care of when you are changing from a direct to an indirect speech. It is very simple, children. As I say, practice makes you perfect. So the moment you start doing the practice of the exercises, you are going to get this. All right. Now there are certain things which you have to remember, like what are the rules for direct speech. I had explained that inverted commas have to be there. The exact words are to begin with a capital letter and end with a correct punctuation. Then after the reported word, there has to be a comma. Reported word means said, told, asked, announced. Okay. Whereas what are the rules of the reported speech or indirect speech? No inverted commas, right? There are no inverted commas. Now we will change. So, first and second person pronouns will change to third person. So what are first and second person? I, we, my, me. Okay. Similarly, he, she, his, hers, herself, himself will change to themselves. Okay. Them, they. Okay. Right. It will change to third person. See, it's given. The first and second person pronouns in direct speech are changed to the third person pronoun. So it will change to itself, himself, herself. So these are all third person. And what are the first and second? Okay, I, me, myself. Second person is you. Okay, so when it is you, you are going to use he or she. I will show you with examples. Okay, now let us take up the table which is there. This is also very important. Okay, now there is another. Words expressing nearness of time and place are changed into words expressing distance. Like I said, today is going to be that day, tomorrow is going to be the following day, and yesterday is going to be the day before. Right? So that's how you are going to express. Now look at the table. Now is going to be changed into then when it's a direct speech. This is very important. The other day somebody was asking me what is IMP. I think Shreojit. IMP means is the short form for very important. So VIMP means very important, IMP means important. So go through this because that will give you an overview of what is to be used when you are changing from a direct to an indirect and from an indirect to a direct. Very simple questions are going to be done from this particular topic. We are not going to go into the complex part because this is going to be done elaborately in details in class 6. So I am going to select very simple ones. The exercise is also very simple, children. The answer keys are being mailed today itself with the video. You need not mail me back the answer keys because I know you all are all doing the work now. You all are all writing a lot. So you can just do it in your notebook, keep it. You need not mail it to me because I have corrected till yesterday. I shall revert to you by tomorrow to your mails. So now save on your time. Okay, writing without seeing the answer keys is like a practice, right? It is like a practice. You are able to test yourself whether you are able to do something on your own or not. Fine. So coming to the table, coming back to the table. So this becomes that, as I was saying, this day, so it becomes that day. These will become those, here will become there, thus will change into so, ago will change into before, alright, today, that day, yesterday, the day before or the previous day, both are correct. Tomorrow, the next day or the following day, alright, last night, the night before or the previous night. Last week will be the previous week, month, year, whatever, or the week, month, year before. Fine. So this gives you an idea about how very simple exercises will be given. Yes, we will have lot of revisions because we have still 2 more live classes to go, right? And also 1 doubt clearing session with you, right? So we will do many revisions. We are going to do comprehension, unseen, only passage is going to come. That is a poem is not going to be there. Okay, I am doing away with the poem. Please practice unseen passages, extracts in the form of story. Okay, so you will come across that in your revision test paper 2, test paper 1. Lot of practice exercises are there. Yes, and lot of comprehension here. Comprehension, see, comprehension. This is for your practice. You know how to do it. And coming back to comprehension, children, I would like to say, please try to, get an idea of synonyms and antonyms of very easy words. Okay, like brave, what is the antonym of maybe brave, or maybe what is the synonym of brave? Okay, synonym can be courageous, right? What is the antonym? Would be somebody who's brave is antonym would be coward. So these are very common opposites which you have. Antonym means opposites. Synonym means meanings. So you must get accustomed, get used to these 2 words because these questions will be there in your unseen passage. And we will do revision exercises. I'm going to mail you revisions with the answer key so that you don't have to mail me back. That you should keep it with you. Okay, it's going to be like a mock test paper. It's going to be like a sample paper. It's going to be like a model paper, in the sense not your question paper but a revision paper. Okay, so I am going to do the revisions and mail you, since had we been in the class, we would have had revision test, revision work, right? But since it's on the virtual platform, so we will have to manage it like that. Now, talking about the exercises given in this chapter, please note, I am going to take up two samples from each, so as you know how to go about with it. Learn exercise, children. This is to be done in your book. Okay, this is to be done in your book. Rewrite these sentences using commas, quotation marks and capital letters where necessary. So you know when it is a direct speech, where the commas, where the inverted commas, where you have to insert a comma, where you have to insert a quotation mark, where you insert a capital letter and a full stop or a question mark wherever necessary. And when it is an indirect speech, you know that these are not required. Only the punctuation means the capital of the first letter, maybe in the statement, and the end has to have a period, or a period is a full stop. We keep on saying full stop, but actually it's called a period. Please note that full stop is called a period. Okay. So the newscaster announced, I will take this up on the board so that you know. I am just going to pick up one from each part. Okay, I am going to pick up one from each part. So let's do the first one. Your question in the book on page number 153. We are doing the learn exercise number 1. The newscaster. Children, please pay attention so that you don't have to follow my answer keys. You can do it on your own. All this while, I have not sent you answer keys of chapter number 22 and 23, but I have seen remarkable improvement. There are so many of you mailing me answers without using the answer keys. So well done, children. You can do it. I know you can do it. Okay, the newscaster announced. I am copying the question which is given in your book so as to show you how you will make the difference. Diwali is being celebrated all across. Is being celebrated all across the nation. Okay, all across the nation. Right? And it doesn't have anything. That is how it is written. So now comes our identification. The newscaster announced Diwali is being celebrated all across the nation. So it's a direct speech. The first thing you will write, direct. Then, capital T. Please note, children. Then, the newscaster announced means the news reader, somebody who telecasts the news, okay, and reads it out to the people is called a newscaster. A comma after the reported word. Remember reported verb? Right. Then you begin your quote. And of course, Diwali is, thank God they have written it in capital. Otherwise, we would have to change the small letter to capital. Diwali is being celebrated all across the nation, period. What is a period? A full stop. A full stop. We will have to do away saying full stop. We have to use the word period from now on. Even I have to do that. Even you all have to do that. So period and close the quote. Right? So Diwali is being celebrated all across the nation, period. And then close your quotation mark. So this becomes a direct. Let me take up an indirect speech. Fine. Now number 5. It is given as Rati in small said that she was having a... Okay. Rati said that she was having a stomach ache. Rati said that she was having a stomach ache. And that's it. That is how, what I could read from the book. Nothing is there. So the first thing said that. Now that comes in when it's a reported verb. Please remember. When no that is there after the reported verb, it means a direct speech. When that is there, immediately this identifies. Told that, said that, announced that, and the, first and the second person pronouns are all in the third person pronouns. Like they, she, okay. All that changes are known as, are actually going to be reported speech. So here you can make out it's a reported speech. Why? Because it is not spoken exactly the same words. They are not using first or second person pronouns like we, us, I, you. Nothing is there. See? She is here. So that's a third person pronoun. Right? So this will change into Rati, capital, said that she was having a stomachache, full stop. And this is an indirect speech. Why? Because of this. Please note, this is the identification. Right? Similarly, rewrite these sentences in indirect speech. So these are sentences which are to be written in indirect speech. So let us take it up. Please do not forget to eat light, said the doctor to the patient. So you see, please do not, that's what? A request. That's a request. Okay, said the doctor. So you can have the speaker to another speaker, the active speaker to the listener. At the end also you can have the active speaker to the listener and the listener in the beginning of the sentence also. So what would be your answer? The doctor told the parent not to forget, not to forget to eat light. So do not use the words please and all when it's a reported speech. You will use that please, excuse me, all these kind of expressions when it's a direct speech. So how will you change it? The doctor told, okay, said to the patient. You cannot say that, you cannot write the doctor said to the patient that. No, it is wrong. Said will change into told. Okay, when you have two speakers involved, when you have a listener and a speaker. So you are going to change the word said to told. The doctor told the patient that. The doctor told the patient not to forget to eat light. Okay, please do not. So it's a negative sentence, do not. So you can just avoid using that. Similarly, the traveler said, I am going to sit here and take some rest. This is a positive. Is there any not in it? So you are to use a that. The traveler said that he was going to sit there and take rest. You remember we had done in the table, here will change into there when it's a reported speech. Similarly, father said, Kirat, we will go to the science museum tomorrow. Father told Kirat that they would. Will change into would. Can will change into could. And will change into would. So you must remember that these are the again connected with tenses. So that's it, children. This is very easy. You will be able to do so, and you can take help of the answer keys which are being provided today. And secondly, children, I would also like you to note that exercise A and B are to be done in your notebook. And you need not send me a photograph of the same because your answer keys are being sent together with the video today. May I then sign off? Take care. Okay, see you tomorrow. Once again, please do not be absent and study hard.